unfortunately, I did not take any video of the air conditioner install, so I'm going to narrate my way through this. I decided to go with a 12-volt air conditioner. This one's a Velit. I think it's a 2000R, so it'll run directly from the batteries, and it's a pretty efficient unit. The van has different bays that have structural members to hold up the roof where you can install fans, air conditioners, or whatever. And luckily, the location of mine was pretty much dictated for me because we already had the fan and the solar panels installed. So I went up from the inside up and drilled a small hole using this template as a guide for the size of the hole. And then I went up on the top and stuck this all through it and was able to trace out the hole before I cut it with a jigsaw. Here's the hole. It's important to protect the raw edges with paint after you cut a hole into the metal. So unfortunately, I just broke the white paint can I had. So I had this almond color. So that'll have to do, but it won't be seen anyway. Here's the foam gasket that comes with the air conditioner installed. This is where I see a lot of videos where I think, in my opinion, people mess up because the bottom of the gasket has a sticker. So you peel off the protective cover and there's a sticker. Well, what I'm seeing people do is they put the non-sticker side down with some kind of sealant on the roof, and then they try and perfectly center the air conditioner on top when they drop it down. And of course, since it has a sticker facing up, it sticks to the air conditioner. So you basically have one shot to get it perfect, which is virtually impossible. Because once it's in the hole, you have to fine tune and adjust it so you can get to the access to the mounting holes that are on the underside of the air conditioner. So what I did is I put the sticker side down. So I used from Sikaflex 221, which is like a sealant glue, and it stays flexible. Yeah, so I put that around the hole, and then I peeled the sticker off and I stuck it to the top. And after that was set, I went around the edges, which you could see on one of the pictures, with Dicor self-leveling sealant. So that goes all the way around the outside edge, where it connects to the roof. But underneath the foam is the Sikaflex and the actual sticker. So that way, once it's set in place, you can even take it off. You can adjust it, which I did have to. And what happens is people make that mistake and then they try to adjust it and they lift it and they mess up all their sealant work and you can make a big mess. So that's not my recommendation. These are the two ladders my son Ryan and I used to get that air conditioner up on the roof. Another nice thing about the 12-volt air conditioners is they're really about half the weight. Because when I put the air conditioner of an AC air conditioner, because when I put the Dometic Penguin, which is an AC air conditioner, on top of my Airstream years ago, that's over 100 pounds, and this one is like, I think it's 64. So it felt a lot easier to do. Here the Velit is in place, and you can see the Dicor at the bottom for the water sealant. And so far we had one really good rain, and it remained dry. So these transit roofs are really flimsy. In fact, if you saw in the earlier picture, there's a dent up there from the previous owner. It wasn't me. I was able to straddle the beams when I was up there. But you really need to support the air conditioner by connecting the cross members. So here's a rivet tool that I'm using to put in rib nuts into the roof so I can put a aluminum beam across. So like I said, the bay I was able to put the air conditioner in was pretty limited because of the use that was already up there. But this is probably one of the best ones because if you can see how close together those beams are, some of them are really far apart. But with the angled aluminum, I was able to add extra support between the beams, and I put that painted wood up there and Sikaflexed it to underneath to the actual ceiling, the metal. So that whole piece, it becomes one piece. So there won't be any flexing that'll cause leaks or the roof denting. Some people miss this step and they end up having trouble. So here's the final pictures. You can see there's some foam blocks that came with it, help support the rest of the unit since it's sitting on the 14-inch ceiling gasket. So those other foam blocks help support it and equalize the load. But so far, really happy with it. Like I said, we had a good rain. We're gonna have some more coming up. So far, no leaks. So happy about that, and happy to have a 12-volt air conditioner run off my batteries. Okay, here we are up on the roof. It looks pretty good, actually. We have a white and black one. I went with the white because I think that reflects the most heat. So I have my two 200-watt solar panels, and then the air conditioner and the vent that was already there when I bought it. So worked out, I think, pretty good. I think I can fit a slim panel here, a 100-watt slim panel. So I'm probably going to look into doing that, solar panel. And I just got a Starlink mount from Starlink. Just came out with a rack bracket for non-round bars, which of course these aren't. So I think I'm going to stick it up there. But anyway, yeah, this comes with foam feet to make it, when you clamp it down, it kind of makes it pretty solid. Not sure how much you can see, but cut the 14, a little over 14, I think I did 14.5-inch hole for it. And then I used the Sikaflex 221 to kind of glue. It has adhesive on it. You put the adhesive side down on the roof, but I put some Sika 221 on that, and then the adhesive holds it in while the Sikaflex dries. And then I use Dicor around the perimeter. You probably see that. So use that all the way around. So I'm pretty sure we got a good weatherproof connection. I noticed that some people put the rubber gasket with the adhesive side up, and then so they use like a sealant to glue it down, and then before they set the air conditioner down, they peel off the adhesive and then stick the air conditioner on it. Well, I don't think that's a great idea, because for one, you have to be able to adjust the alignment of the air conditioner from the inside for those bolts. And I've seen people online cause themselves a lot of pain for that, because they, if you're doing it all at once, the sealant hasn't dried, and then you stuck it to the air conditioner, and then you're dragging the air conditioner back and forth, and you're messing up all your work. Plus, if you want to take the air conditioner off, everything's stuck together. Because the compression, when you bolt this thing, tighten the nuts down evenly all the way around, will form a watertight seal on the upper part where the air conditioner meets the gasket. At least that's my philosophy anyways. All right. Yeah, so I'm going to work today on those extra braces, and then the Starlink mount, and I need to wire up my solar, so I'm going to have to drill another big hole up here to run solar wires, and I'll show you how that works when I get to it. Like everything labeled van life, anything on gets extra markup, even these solar or roof entry points. So I decided to roll my own here with a outside electrical box. So I drilled this, I think it's a 2-inch hole, and opted to use this weatherproof box and just some PVC pipe with a nut on it. I went straight through the ceiling and tightened the nut down from the inside. The box itself is held in with first with VHB tape and also Sikaflex, so the VHB tape holds it down. Sikaflex dries. VHB tape, 3M VHB tape is really strong, so that would hold it for a long time anyway without the Sikaflex. And then, of course, I went around the perimeter with the good old trusty Dicor self-leveling sealant. And on the inside of the box, I sealed the hole on the inside with the Dicors also. Um, and then I used these cable entries that have rubber gaskets where you tighten the nut down around the cable. So I use this big box because I know how I am. I'm going to be adding all kinds of stuff up there, I'm sure. I know lights, for one, will be coming. Of course, the Starlink has to run through here. So that's why I did this kind of a big box. I do have to admit, though, with that big rain, I did get some leakage because the glands I used weren't the right size, and I couldn't get them tightened all the way. So I meant to go up there and add some rubber around the wire and retighten those glands. So that's done. And I'll be able to check it again with this upcoming rains. So anyway, happy with this, and another project done.